bro. Yo, shalom. Shalom. Majiwa panya hakura. Alright. Kahalayimla Allahayanawa.
Yahawashi, Yahawashi, Yahawashi.
Alright. Shalom. Once again, I want to give up our honors, Pastor Elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to you sincere brothers out there teaching truth and sincerity. Alright. For the Hebrew Israelites back out here once again, to prophesy the downfall of Esau's kingdom, and to bring remembrance unto the children of Israel, which consists of so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, to bring them back to our power, which is Yahweh, to our Lord, Yahawashi. So it's Yahweh Bahashim Yahawashi. Yahweh means He is. In the Paleo Hebrew tongue, what does war England calls God? Alright, Bahashim means in the name. In the Paleo Hebrew tongue, Yahawashi is what this war England calls Jesus Christ. Alright? In the Paleo Hebrew tongue, it means He saves or He delivers. Alright? Lo one land that this Kent session is edifying unto the Akim out there, and you feel matter aqua. Alright? We're gonna roll in this. We're ultimately gonna roll in the spirit, but we're gonna mainly. I don't want to this out. We're gonna mainly rotate our topic on basically the rewards. All right, the rewards of just doing this work, the great abundance of exceeding joy, and people take that for granted, especially in this kingdom. When we talk about exceeding joy, where in this kingdom. You go to sleep dreading the next day because you don't want the next day to come. All right? Because you got to do things. You got to do things. You got to work and everything like that. It's just unfruitful labor. All right? It's unfruitful labor, and you don't even enjoy it. All right? If you so happen to get a job that you enjoy in this world, that job is going to squeeze that enjoyment out of you, overly use you, to the point that you hate the thing that you love now. All right? In the kingdom, we're gonna have exceeding joy. Where the next day, where you look forward to that next day, and you can't wait for it. Why? Because you can't wait to see what's up next. All right? You can't wait. What? Oh snap!
Oh,
yo, Yahawashi be outside.
big turn.
Call like Yahawashi be outside.
Let's look at you.
I can't even see it.
Yeah. Oh,
Damn, yo, my eyes started tearing because it was so bright.
same.
It looked like a ball.
Damn.
Like a sphere.
Yeah, it did. I wouldn't even be surprised, but then it's like get back on track.
They're more.
But yeah. So basically, we're gonna look forward in the kingdom. We're gonna look forward to looking for the next day. All right. When we talk about that we just do this work so that we can gain that exceeding joy. We aren't taking it for granted. This is how we're not taking it for granted. We're putting this work into action. All right, we're putting this work into action, as you can see out here, man. There's not a lot of people that would do this out here. All right, you know, Yahawashi Yahawashi, since brothers around here, you know, he basically made this our full occupation. You know, he made this our full occupation. We have to be occupied in this work. All right?
I gotta put an input because if, you know, even though sometimes you just don't, well, a lot of times, I'm gonna say sometimes, like you just don't want to wake up. Again, you gotta go through this day, to that day again, pain the ass, or you know that feeling, you know. But to put it on a good light side is that it just brings you closer to people. You know, you gotta look ahead.
Yeah.
You know.
I always thought like that as well. You know, I wouldn't even be surprised if that's a thing that you know the elect will have. You know, that's why, because Yahawashi said, "Seek ye the kingdom of heaven first." You know, because every day you go to sleep, you know, you're drawing closer and closer to that said day, to that coming day of Yahawashi. All right, and you can't, just like what the angel Uriel said, Yahweh Allah. All right, Yahweh Allah said in the Paleo Hebrew tongue, said you can't draw back tomorrow. You know, you can't draw it back. You can remember that which was past, but you cannot think of what you can't think of what is to come. All right, you can predict it, you know, by signs and stuff like that, but you can't basically know what is to come. All right, with the exact pinpoint accuracy. All right. Yahweh's outside of time. We don't know what it is like to be outside of time. We only know what it's like to be inside of time. And knowing that which is past. Alright? Yeah, but there's already prophecies. There's already prophecies of the kingdom. Can you believe that? There's already prophecies of us being in the kingdom, saying things in the kingdom when the kingdom is so far off. You know? And that's why the entirety of the scriptures is literally our instruction book and also our what's the word? The book of us, like, you know, our beginning and what we're gonna go off to live ever was it happily ever after.
That's why it's a comfort. It's comfort to hear.
Yeah.
There's good in the end of all this. You know.
Yeah.
And that's what gives hope. You know. Just you hope. Without hope, this place is gone.
Yeah.
We would have been done for, but we got hope. We got the promise.
Yeah, if we didn't have this, and all the things that we're saying didn't come to pass and everything, no, more like isn't real, then we are the most miserable, you know? Because when we come out here, just like, because I don't remember if I want to actually get that in Corinthians, but we are the most miserable because we're out here, we're literally sacrificing ourselves. And how sacrificing ourselves? We're sacrificing our reputation with all these people, with our friends, our family, and everything, to risk it for this truth, to stand steadfast for the namesake of Yahawashi. All right, and we believed under those names by faith. And faith is a gift that was given onto certain men. All right, and those certain men is 144,000, starting with 144,000, and the 1/3 of Israel. All right, and that's a gift, and not everybody can get faith. Especially this faith in the namesake of Yahawashi. All right, so without talking too much, I'm gonna get up in John chapter 14 real quick. I'm gonna read a little bit of this. All right, this is John chapter 14, verse 1. It says, "Let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in Yahweh, believe also in me, because Yahweh shall be promises." You know, He made promises unto us, just as Yahweh made promises unto us. And just as He's the same as the Father, they're not the same entity, but they are the same. They are likewise in the mind. All right? They would think the same. And that's why He said, or was it, "He that seeth me seeth the Father." Oh, well, it actually says it up in here. You know? Because they think the same. That's how they are one. They are the same mindset. Just as when we are doing this work, all right, there's tons of brothers that would say the same exact thing we're saying, because we have the same mind all together as one body. You know, that's what we are, the true body of Yahawashi Mashiach. All right, and you know, we brothers over here, we're a small amount of brothers. We're like a peaky. But even the peaky has a great work on the entirety of the body. You know, you miss a finger, you're gonna feel unbalanced when you're trying to grab something. All right, especially the importance of the pinky toe. You lose your pinky toe, when you're walking, you're gonna be unbalanced. You're not gonna walk straight. You know, you're gonna start wobbling. Because that pikito, it's a huge, it makes a huge deal. Right? So I'm gonna continue. It says, in my Father's house are many mansions. And where's the Father's house? Where's the Heavenly Father's house? Knowing the Father of Yahawashi Mashiach. You know, it's right here. Knowing the Father of Yahawashi Mashiach, which is Yahweh. Where's his dwelling place? You know, he's the highest. You know, his throne is in the heavens. That's where his house is, man. It's in space, and nobody can grasp the size of space. Esau can't even grasp it. You know, we mentioned last camp how Esau designed a new telescope that can look further in the cosmos, further in the pitch black cosmos. And just when they take a picture of it, they can see more galaxies, more than they ever thought. And it's just a pixel. And that pixel, it showed a multitude of galaxies. And galaxies are just a cluster of stars all up together. You know?
Their telescope got damaged.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it got damaged. And so they can do much, right? But it can't go any further.
Yeah. You know, and it's just like Esau can't grasp it. Now the Heavenly Father, he's higher than that. He's higher than this universe, than the entirety of the thing. He's bigger than it. He calls the earth his footstool. You know, the Heavenly Father is, you try to grasp the size of the entire universe, and the Father's bigger than that, and that's his dwelling place. You know, that's his dwelling place.
It shows that the earth is pretty much the center of the universe.
Yeah. It says, in my Father's house are there many mansions, and the mansions are referring to those planets. Right? Because if the dwelling place is the heavens of the Father, then those mansions are referring to the planets. Right? If it were not so, I would have told you. I go and prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself. And that's a promise. That where I am, there you may be also. And where's Yahawashi right now? All we know is that he's up there with the Father, man. He's up there with Yahweh. Alright? His Father. Abba Nawa Yahweh. And we say, Abba Nawa, Abba Nawa. Abba means Father. Nawa means our. So our Father. The reason we say our Father is because Yahawashi, he adopted us. He adopted us through his blood. Alright? And how that's his Father, that's also our Father. Alright? So continuing. So yeah, Yahawashi, he made a promise for us. Alright? It just says how that's an annulable promise for the Father. When he makes a promise, that's annulable. No one can disannul that. Right? No one can disannul it. No one can remove that promise. Right? Yahawashi made a promise unto us that he will receive us up and take us where he is. Right? And he's going to prepare a place, and that's going to be here. Because the kingdom of heaven is going to be placed on earth. All right? The earth is not going to be destroyed. This is why you got to look into the words. All right? A new heaven, a new earth. It's referring to, if you go into the word new, it means rejuvenate. It means to heal. Alright? To be healed. A healed heaven and a healed earth. Because you can see the atmosphere is all trashed up. Alright? In the earth is like in the earth is all trashed up because of the one who's in rulership. And that's Esau. You know? That's Esau, the so-called white man. He's in rulership right now. Biblically, his name is Esau. Right? You know what I'm saying?
And to make an input, the word heal comes from the word whole. To make whole again.
to make healthy. The word whole goes back to the word healthy. Goes into the word healthy. Alright? So continuing. It says, and if I'm gonna repeat it again. I'm gonna start at 2 again. It says, in my Father's house are many mansions, and if it were not so, I would have told you. I go and prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also. And whither I go, ye know, and the way ye know, and the way ye know, the way you know. And Yahawashi, he's a forerunner. He showed us that way. Alright? And we have to walk that path. What's that path? Yahawashi, he dumped everything. You know? He dumped everything to fulfill the work of his Father. You know? He said, my meat is to do the will of my Father. Alright? And he fulfilled that work. Alright? And he had men that were to follow him. Those men were given unto him by the Father, by Yahweh. Alright? And we are to walk Yahweh's path, which he has paved. Just like what it says in Peter's. It says, arm yourself likewise with the same mind as Yahweh Mashiach. Right? Continuing, it says, Thomas said unto him, because during that time we didn't fully understand. Speaking as the apostles and elders during that time. But over time, it began to be fully understood. Alright? Because Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, has revealed it unto us. Those secrets. You know, during the time of the apostles and elders and disciples of old, during the time of Yahawashi, you know, the secrets were being revealed in due time. You know? So continuing. And Thomas said unto him, Lord, we know not whither thou goest. How can we know the way? And Yahawashi said unto him, I am the way and the truth. I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man can come into the Father but by me. And that is true. You know? Knowing in this truth, Yahawashi died for us for the purpose so the curses don't be upon us. Right? And this is in this grace period. That specific grace period. We're in that grace period right now. And that's how we grasp this truth. And that's why when we're in this grace period, we are to do as he has commanded us and do this work. Alright? And since we understand what was told, we are to freely give unto all of our people. The so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans the same way. Alright? Returning who we truly are, being an Israelite, returning unto the customs of being an Israelite, following the high holy days, the Sabbaths, the new moons. You know? Dressing differently. We're not sagging our pants. We don't sag our pants. Knowing where that came from. You know? You gotta do your research, man. Even the way you dress, the way you make your beard, your hair. You can't trim up your hair. You can't edge it up. You can't edge up your beard. You can't cut the bottom to try to shape it. You gotta let it grow. If you are doing so, you're walking through the way of the heathen, and not walking through the way of Yahawashi that Yahawashi has instructed us. You know, Yahawashi, he retaught us these ways, and that's what it means to be converted. To be converted, you have to be in the way of the Gentile first. As we all were, all the brothers here, all the brothers to this truth, we are all walking the way of the Gentile. Alright? Not knowing what our true customs are. Yahawashi, he converted us through this word, through the men, through the teachers which he has sent out from Elder Abba Bivens and on down. Alright? And what the word convert means to return back to. And you can't return back unto something you have never been to before, because you have to, means back, turn means to turn around. Alright? To turn a different direction. To move a different direction. Alright? So back and turn is to go back to the way that we were before. That's what the word convert means. Alright? So we are to return back unto being an Israelite and do the things which he has commanded us to do. in times past. And this is what we're doing right now. Just as the men of old were standing out there and offering up their bodies to live in sacrifice, this is what we're doing out here. All right, we're sacrificing our reputation, whether our families, our friends, these random people out here that for some reason don't like us. We're sacrificing all of that. You know, people could straight up try to kill us out here, man. But that has not happened. We've been threatened before, many times. But here we are, still out here because their incredulity doesn't change the fact. All right, so continuing. I'm gonna repeat it again. It says, Yahawashi said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man coming unto me but by the Father. I mean, but by me, it's like it.
So it doesn't change prophecy.
Yeah.
Regardless, you know.
We gotta go through what Yahawashi commanded, man. Because Yahweh sent Yahawashi. If you don't believe that, then you don't believe that. We can't turn you to make you believe it. All right? It was just given unto you, and you were blinded by the Father. The only thing that we can tell you is to fast and pray. But since you don't believe in the first place, you aren't even gonna make that action. Because to fast, you have to discipline yourself. To fast, you cannot eat nor drink for the entire day. All right, an entire day. You go ahead and try to do that. It's extremely difficult.
Jake always want to be eating.
Yeah. You know, because your flesh has desires. Your flesh has desires, man. All right, so continuing, it says, if ye had known me, you should have known my Father also. And from henceforth, you know him and have seen him. And Philip saith unto him, Lord, show us the Father, and it sufficeth us. Because we all know through the scriptures that no man has seen the Father and lived. All right, Yahawashi is the only one who's seen the Father, because he was living a life of righteousness, with no unrighteousness, with no sin. That was his duty. It says, and Yahawashi said unto him, have I been so long a time with you, and yet hast thou not seen me, Philip? That does not mean that Yahawashi is the Father. Yahawashi is the image, all right, of the invisible power. The reason he's invisible is because if he was visible, all would die. Because he cannot suffer to look upon that which is unjust and unrighteous.
I got one now.
Oh, let me finish this up real quick. It says, he said, he that had seen me has seen the Father. How says thou then, show us the Father?
And you know, like the book of Revelation, the revelation of Yahawashi, you know, describes him. In the book of Daniel describes the Father.
Yeah.
So image, you know.
They both got that light, man.
Right.
All right. Damn.
And
Yeah. It says, believest thou not that I am the Father, and the Father in me? The words that I speak unto you, I speak not of myself, but the Father that dwelleth in me. He doeth the works. How is the Father dwelling in him? All right? He's motivated by the Spirit of Yahawashi through the Ruach HaKodesh, which the Father has bestowed upon him. All right? All the words that Yahweh has given unto Yahawashi is speaking. He's not going to tell you something that is not true. And the Father's the truth. You know? And Yahushua's truth. It says, believe that I am in the Father, and the Father in me. And else believe me for the very work's sake. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I should do, I shall do. Like, the works that I do shall he do also. And greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father. And whatsoever ye shall ask in my name, that will I do, and the Father may be glorified in the Son. And that's how it works, man. It's an order in these. People lack order in these, in this day and age, in this time. All right? We are willing, we out here, we brothers out here doing this work, we're willing to sacrifice our lives as living sacrifices, man. All right, to do this work, to sacrifice our reputation and all of that, man, to look silly to these people out here. You know, you can laugh at us because we say the names of Yahawashi. You can go ahead and laugh at us, but we're gonna stand here and stand firm for these names, man. Go ahead and threaten us. You know, we aren't coming off the streets, man. All right. You know, none of these white Kentucky Christians can do that. They call themselves Christians to death. They don't follow the scriptures, man. Because the true Christians, which in the Paleo Hebrew tongue will be a Mashiachim, all right, will be following everything that Yahawashi is instructing. And Yahawashi did not destroy the law, but he made the law a way to be compared to. All right. Yahawashi was being compared unto the law. That's how he was made perfect. He was made perfect through the law. And we are to be made perfect by Yahawashi. We are to be made perfect through Yahawashi, which Yahawashi was made perfect by the law. We are to be made perfect through Yahawashi. And Yahawashi, and that's how the law is being fulfilled through Yahawashi. Through the will and desire of righteousness are you made perfect. All right, I can actually get that. I think that was it on that. I can actually get that.
Yeah, I gotta push that.
You do it.
Pretty good.
And then
This is a solid music.
I have to bring a picture.
yeah, I said read it.
This is Ecclesiastes 12, verse 13. Let us hear the whole conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
Yeah, you know, and once again, Yahawashi was made perfect by the law. We are to be made perfect by Yahawashi. Yahawashi is the judge. We are no longer being judged by the law, but we're being judged by Yahawashi. Yahawashi is the curse. You cannot grasp that or understand that. You don't got the truth, man. You see, like men like that, you know, men like that, that's undisciplined. Undisciplined men would not be circumspect. A circumspect man would be looking well in his goings, not suffering for any evil to come upon him.
This is John chapter 10, verse 37. If I do not the works of my Father, believe me not. But if I do, though you believe not me, believe the works, that ye may know and believe.
Yeah, Yahawashi did miracles, man. And there was, just like the apostle of old, I believe it was Peter that said it, or Paul, one of the two. I always get confused with the two. But he said that, there was it wasn't either of them. It was Timothy, I believe. He said we're so compassed with so great cloud of witnesses that saw the works that he's done, you know, and if you don't believe through the testimonical state of it, you know, then you don't got the spirit to receive it. All right, you receive the seed, but there was no increase.
That the Father is in me, and I in Him.
Yeah, Yahawashi, he literally did miracles in the name of Yahweh, in the name of the power, man. And the Pharisees and Sadducees, they knew that. They knew that. But they, for the very merchandise sake, for the very, let's just say for the very love of their enemies, they forsook Yahawashi. You know, they didn't want to drop everything. You know, in what is it? Yahawashi, he basically said the same thing that it says in the Old Testament. It said if a prophet if a prophet says something, prophesy peace and it comes to pass, then ye shall know that I have sent him. But if he prophesies to go unto another god, he is not from me. You know, in Yahawashi, he was literally prophesying and preaching, and he was doing miracles and telling to return unto Yahweh, unto the Father.
Right. You know what? I was going to bring that up last camp. You know.
Yeah.
But we were enrolling in the spirit. But now to finish what I needed to say, also the spirit, that perfect example of a prophet that is a false prophet, like for example the Pope, whatever. You know, he's supposed to be what? A prophet of peace? What's going on now? You know?
Yeah. You know, he's prophesying that peace is not coming to pass.
Exactly.
You know? And he's telling people to go on to this God, an unknown God,
Right.
a God without a name. That's what it means by an unknown God, because the unknown part, the name is supposed to be there, but the name is missing, so it's unknown. It is not known. All right, that's what unknown means. There's no name to it. It's not a known name. All right, and the God is a title, meaning power. Every God has a name, and our power is Yahweh, and our Lord, which is the Son of our power, is Yahawashi, whom we follow. All right.
Their doctrine is a very vague doctrine. It's not. It's unfulfilling, pretty much. You know, that's the prophet of this world. That's what they had. They got these people asleep. You know. So I got another scripture. This is Romans chapter 3, verse 3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahawashi without effect?
And there's a lot of unbelievers out here, man. All right, like a lot. You know, we barely even come across sincere brothers that so happen to walk down the road. Walk down the sidewalk or drive down the road. You know, we got some that know that they're Israelites, but they are not walking down the right path. All right, because there's a lot of lies in the midst of there's a lot of lies. All right, the truth is in the midst of the lies. And they can't discern it. If they can't discern it, it's not given unto them.
Yahweh forbid. Yeah. Let Yahweh be true, but every man a liar.
And that's what we consider out here, man. Like a dude, was it like a week ago? You know, he has a crucifix on his forehead, and it said Jesus. You know, he was telling us testimonials, and we were, and in our thoughts we were considering him a liar. You know, because though he's seen it, and though he really believes that he's seen it, we consider him a liar because he's trying to make us believe it. What he's seen is true. All right.
He was pretty pushy too.
Yeah, he was very pushy about it, especially men that tries to try to convince us, even with the very scriptures.
And he wasn't listening. He wasn't about to listen to the doctrine. And if he did, you know, then he tried to put his input, and then by the end, you know, he just said, "Oh, he'll be back."
Yeah, since it wasn't having an effect on us.
As it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people out here that tries to judge us, you know, and we are judged of no man. And the reason we say that is because they try to judge us, but on what? With what? Through Esau's law? They can't really judge us with that. Though we have to abide it according to commandment, you know, so that evil doesn't come upon us, you know. If they try to judge us with something that can that will basically make us believe that the Father's gonna kill us. You know, like you're not preaching love. You're preaching hate. You're gonna die. That type of thing. You know, that has no effect on us. We shall overcome when thou art judged. All right, but this nigga went for jokes.
Fucking gorilla on the woman's suit, man. The woman attire. That's strong.
Yeah. So
It's actually easy to look at, you know.
who got Corinthians? Actually, wait, before you. Oh, not Corinthians. It was Romans. Who got Romans? Romans chapter 5.
Yeah, next.
I think it was 5, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, read it.
This is Romans 5, verse 1.
I'm gonna pair it up with Wisdom of Solomon, 6th chapter.
This is Romans 5, verse 1. Therefore, being justified by faith, we have peace with Yahweh through our Lord Yahawashi Mashiach.
We have peace with Yahweh through our Lord Yahawashi Mashiach. And why is that? Because Yahawashi is the intercessor. He's the intercessor. He's that middleman.
Mediator.
Yeah, he's that mediator.
Lawyer.
Yeah. Our mediator is Yahawashi. And he's the one bringing peace. He's the reconciler. He's reconciling our connection with the Father. Alright? He purchased us with his blood, man, to make us presentable. To make us presentable unto the Father. You know, when people get married, right? The women take forever to get to the groom to get ready to walk that path, you know, in that custom. You know? They take forever to get ready to walk that path. Why? Because the ladies, alright, the ladies in the back getting the bride ready for the groom, I'm trying to make her presentable onto the groom. And yes, so that's basically what's happening.
I got another example. It's like, you see, Eastern System got this family counseling. You know, sometimes there's you know, go in there and there's a mediator between, it could be the husband and wife, or it could be, you know, whatever. But usually the counselor would nitpick on things that may have been went off in that either she or he, because of how Eastern world works. They point out, this is what you did wrong, this is what you gotta fix. But usually, you know, they end up picking that, they start picking on that one party more than the other one. Just to fix it. So, well, Yahawashi is the same way. He's like a family counselor. And he's a mediator. So right now he's counseling us, but he also pointing things that we're doing wrong.
Yeah.
You know, he's speaking for the Father.
Yeah, if that was done in this world, you know, in this worldly mindset, people are too prideful to take the hits, knowing that they were wrong on things, because everybody wants to be right. That's why Yahawashi is looking for meek and humble men that can take the hits. They can take the hits and get themselves right because they actually want to restore the connection. You know? And that's why when we're out here, we are literally being examples. Alright? We don't care about a reputation with these people out here, man. We don't. Alright? So see with that.
Verse 2, by whom also we have access by faith into this grace wherein we stand.
Yeah, and when we're coming out here, we don't know if our work is pleasing enough, is reasonable enough. But through faith, we hope that this work that we're doing is worthy enough and reasonable enough to basically make us presentable unto Yahweh B'Hashem Yahawashi, or ultimately unto Yahawashi, because you have to go through Yahawashi first to get to the Father. You know? we're hoping that this is presentable enough towards Yahawashi so that he can lead us to the Father. You know? Call Allah like Yahawashi Yahawashi. You know? And this is a small thing, bro. This is small. It's a small amount of work to gain everlasting joy and everlasting peace. It's small, man. Coming back to who you truly are, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, you are Israelites, man. Stop calling you by bywords. You're not a Latino. You're not a black. You're not a Native American. Where in the scriptures can you find those words? You can't. That's why you gotta go through history, man. And you're in the so-called Latinos and Native Americans, you have not been in this land since the beginning of creation. No. That's why you gotta do your research. You came from the land of Israel, man. All right. Before the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom separated. All right. We were together. The southern kingdom is from Judah down to Levi. And the northern kingdom is from Simeon all the way down to Issachar. And that makes up the whole 12 tribes of Israel. The reason we're missing is because of the curses that were placed upon us for falling off to who we truly are. And we still are on the curses right now. But we're in the grace period right now to make yourself right by doing this work and returning who you are. Pursuant to Baruch, it says, they shall remember themselves in the land of the captivities and think upon my name and call upon me. And the names of the Father and the Son is Yahweh, and the Son's name is Yahawashi. If you don't believe that, it doesn't matter. Because time moves forward. And there is an ending to this world, to this age. And you have to go to that age. Because you have no choice. Can you bring back yesterday? No, you cannot. You can only move forward to tomorrow. So if tomorrow so happens to be the end of the world of this age, because you go into the word world, it goes into the word age. Alright? If tomorrow so happens to be, and you're being judged for not listening to us, you're going to want to bring back yesterday so that you can listen to us, man. And this is literally the simplest, the smallest work that Yahawashi has basically commanded us to do. And we men of this truth, we rather be obedient unto Yahawashi than unto men. We rather obey the Father and His Son Yahawashi than to obey men. Alright? Kahalayim la Yahawashi for giving us His faith, man. Alright? What does it be like the sun? All opinions. Oh, go up a little bit. No, okay, a little bit more. Oh no, I'll go down.
Still, you have things to do. I know you have Malachi. I know you don't like to do them when you don't really
That was it. What exactly? Oh, that's an apocrypha. That's apocrypha. That's I think it was the 14th chapter. No, it's I don't close. I think it might be the 10th chapter. Yeah, it was the 10th chapter. Wait, you want me to read it? This is preserve the firstborn father.
You can bring it out.
Hey, this is Wisdom of Solomon. This is a precept for this brother here from my Abba. Alright? This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10, verse 1. She preserved the firstborn father of the world that was created alone, and brought him out of his fall, and gave him power to rule all things. But when the unrighteous went away from her, in his anger, he perishes all. He perished also in the fury where he murdered his brother, extreme to Cain and Abel. It says, and the unrighteous went away from her in his anger. He perished also in the fury wherewith he murdered his brother. For whose cause the earth being drowned with the flood, wisdom again preserved it, and directed the course of the righteous in a piece of wood of small value. And wood is a small value. Compare wood to iron. People would rather choose iron than wood because it's stronger. But wood saved that righteous man's life. That's actually very spiritual. Because that's why Yahawashi chose to despise this world and to loathe it. Just as he chose wood to allow wood to float, but iron sinks, steel sinks, metal sinks, but wood floats. It says, moreover, the nations and their wicked conspiracy being confounded, she found out the righteous and preserved him blameless unto the hour, and kept him strong against his tender pasture to his son. When the ungodly perished, she delivered the righteous man, who fled from the fire which fell upon the 5 cities, and of whose wickedness even unto this day, the wasteland that smoketh is a testimony, and the plants bearing fruit that never came to ripeness, and standing pillar of soul is a monument of an unbelieving soul. For regarding not wisdom, they got not only this hurt, that they knew not the things which were good, but also left behind them to the world a memorial of their foolishness. And they believe that's what you're trying to get out. You know, those people who want to bring back yesterday, it's too late for you. Now you're going to be a memorial of foolishness unto all those that don't obey the words of Yahweh by Hashem Yahawashi. All right. So continuing, it says, so that in the things wherein they are offended, they could not so much be as hid. And they can't hide it. All right, because they have been judged. And judge is a present thing. When you're being judged, that's a present thing, man. All right.
It just shows this kingdom has an end. You know, look at the way it's going. Look at Sodom and Gomorrah. They had an end, and they thought they were going to go on forever with their kind of mindset. Even saying it to the angel, let us see that man so that we can know him. If you read that in a newer translation, it says, let us see that man so we can have sex with him. All right. Pretty much, that's what it says.
Yeah, and that's Sodom and Gomorrah for you. That's how openly perverse they were. They were openly perverse, and look how perverse this land is, and the people they're in. They're openly perverse. They will come over there and say, "Let me have sex with you." They will straight up say that in this world, man. You know, you got sodomites walking up and down, man. You know, freely.
God, we
no longer in their closets, like.
We just witnessed Jake on high heels, shorts, rough looking, like about to grow a freaking beard, but they have freaking high heels. Like what the hell is that?
Yes,
you know, and
monstrosities out here, man.
And then another one dressed in pink, women's attire. And it's like a gorilla trying to look sexy. What the hell is that?
Yeah.
Second Peter chapter 2, verse 2. And many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of.
And the way of truth is being evil spoken of even now, man. The righteous never get a break. They never get a break. Alright? With these unrighteous people, unjust people out here, man, the righteous never get a break. That's why it says oppression maketh a wise man mad. Because this world is designed to oppress the righteous. And the wise men.
I'm gonna jump to 4. 2 Peter chapter 2 verse 4. For if Yahawashi spare not the angels that sin, but cast them down to hell and deliver them unto the chain of darkness, to be reserved unto judgment. And spare not the old world, but save Noah, the 8th person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world.
A little bit. Can you reread this again? Because there's the angels that's talking about there, where the first men through the line of Adam to be given the law. So it was a chosen lineage through that line.
They were known as the sons of God.
Yeah, and they were also called as angels. And that's what people mistake it as a fallen angel, a Nephilim. All of these fairy tales and folklore, man.
We are the Nephilim.
Yeah, because look what state we're in. Even though we're trying to desire to be righteous, we're shackled to the chains of darkness, which is referring to the body, to this flesh. All right, it says, had not I said that ye are gods, but ye die like men. You know, that's mentioned in both the New Testament and the Old Testament.
That's a punishment, pretty much.
You know,
it's a curse.
We are chosen people from Yahawashi Yahawashi. All right, but we die like men. You know, look at all the righteous men of old.
No, I can't understand.
They either die or they're translated. You know, and that's a rare occurrence if you're translated. At the end, your spirit still continues. You know.
Right, that's why it says, for Yahweh spare not the angels that sin. You know, and you know, in this, and you got to look at it in that way. Because we're angels, we're messengers. We're messengers. We're supposed to be in righteousness. And the angels in the heavens, where he's at, they're in perfect harmony. They're in perfect righteousness. They haven't sinned. They don't know sin. They're made in the glory to serve the Father.
Yeah.
You know, to serve Yahawashi. You know, but we're angels down here that sin and die like men.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
You know,
we're angels right in the middle, man, with the Father. You know, with Yahawashi. Yahawashi was the first. He's the first to be like unto him. You know, and that's why Yahawashi said, "Whether ye go, I will come and take you up so that you be up there with me, be with me." Rough the paraphrase. You know, we ought to be pretty much angels. All right, knowing the right and the left hand. And right now we are in this flesh, so that throughout the entirety of the story, that's the mystery. Alright, we are in this flesh for the purpose of learning wickedness so that we can appreciate righteousness, just like Yahweh. Look, Yahweh is a power of both good and evil, but he prefers good. He appreciates good. He doesn't like unjust evil.
And the thing about it, good, the power of good is meaner. It's meaner than evil.
It is
because
it's more stricter.
It has this power
Yeah.
that can do both in the righteous way, the most perfect way.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how Yahweh Yahawashi, you know, and you know the Father ultimately, you know, has that power, the omnipotence.
That's why.
You know?
That's why when the laws were given onto us, it was super strict. It was super strict. A law would be given onto a people that were already perfect. There will be no need of a law. All right. But since he known that we will go off, he gave us the purpose to be like unto him. So that if we go off, or when we go off, because we will go off, that we appreciate righteousness more. Why? Because there's peace in that. There's peace in that. We can see the freedom of wickedness nowadays. Look at it. Look how AWOL it is. is unbelievable. You can't even tell. Sometimes you can't even tell if a woman is truly a woman. You know, or if a man is truly a man. You can't. You look at it. You go, what is this? What is this? You know, and you appreciate righteousness even more, man.
That's why the word that Yahawashi gave us is to help us grow, so we can grow and mature. And once we grow and mature, now we can be with the Heavenly Father. Now we can. It's like He's going to give us a responsibility to give us that glory, so we can be with Him. You know, like,
yeah, that's a good thing you actually mentioned, because when a king has an heir, he cannot have the son inherit the throne too early. He's gotta wait until he comes of age. You know, and when he comes of age, that's when he starts. That's when he, you know, basically he starts teaching the son from little all the way up until he comes to age, till he's worthy enough to wield the crown. You know, and it's just the same thing with us. That's why as newborn babes, we start as babies again. But over time, through this truth, we start growing and maturing. You know, until we're worthy enough to gain that inheritance, to be joint heirs with Yahawashi. Yahawashi was the first.
That's why spiritually, you know, in a carnal eye, it may seem mean. It may seem like bad. You know, Yahawashi start killing off Jakes.
Yeah, it's like committing genocide.
Genocide. The whole, more than half the population is gone. You know, as a judgment. You know, but in a spiritual sense, He actually just whipping our asses.
Yeah.
Until we get it right. You know?
Like that thing you showed me that one day, that one night, where, like, you know, that it's like a scorpion. Like he would deal with us with scorpion, like a scorpion. Where like I forgot how it went. It was basically you deal with whips, something like that. But I deal with you with scorpions. You don't have to search me.
Yeah, but that got me like.
Yeah. Because the works of the Father is greater than our thoughts. That's why it says, my thoughts are not your thoughts. You know, my ways are your ways are not my ways, or my ways greater than your ways. You know. And when the Father does genocide, it's similar to Him whipping our asses, man. So when we're going through hardcore bondage, hardcore slavery, man, because once again, it wasn't just the so-called blacks. It was the Latinos and the Native Americans as well. We were all currency, man. And what proves that? The scriptures. Why? Because we are the same people. We are Israelites. So-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you are Israelites. Goes by your father's line, from your father's seed. That's how you're gonna know if you're an Israelite. So we were all put in that hardcore bondage, hardcore slavery.
We were on timeout.
Yeah, and that was the Father, and how Esau treated us. Esau was that belt. All these, not just Esau, all these heathens with a belt. You know, but mainly Esau. All right, and yeah, he was whipping our asses, man. We're dying day in, day out. You know, never feeling at peace. It makes us think back. And our people truly did, even during that time. You know, they were like basically crying. That's Satan, bro.
The siren's not even on. It's not even an emergency.
Probably on lunch break, trying to get a sandwich, and he ordered an Uber. But let's see. So basically, all people were crying in that time, just the same when you whip a child. And at the moment, it's grievous. But at the last, it shall give unto you the peaceable fruit of righteousness. And during the time of our bondage, we were thinking back. We started resonating. We started examining ourselves. You know, and our people were singing, man. Our people were singing "Swing Low, Sweet Chariot." Look into the lyrics of that song. You know, and that proves that we were Israelites, man. That proves we were Israelites. You know. And we wanted the pain to stop. You know, we wanted our power to deliver us out of that situation. But it was not time yet. It was not time yet. You know? Because damn, it's like when you comfort your child after you whip him, because you feel bad. You have to give it time first. You gotta give it time first, otherwise, you know.
Yeah, don't go too quick on. Right?
Yeah, he's gonna take that for granted.
He has to learn.
Yeah, he's gotta resonate. You gotta give him time to resonate and examine what he did wrong, that it won't happen again.
And that's why, you know what, our father, you know, Yahawashi, he pretty much whipped us. He whipped us to sleep.
Yeah, he whipped us to sleep. That's true.
You know,
Yahawashi prophesied of that too. That falling away first, man.
You see, he wasn't about to listen to us. We always been going off. That's why until this day, Jake's been asleep. But now, you know, now Jake is starting to wake up. Jake is like, all right, get up. You know, it's about to be over. Come on, you gotta do this. You know?
The way you wake up so suddenly, you don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, it's like, you know? But now some Jake wanna keep sleeping. Nah,
Is that a plane right here?
Hey?
I can barely see it. I can only see a silhouette.
Yeah, it's fine.
Damn.
You know, continue reading. Okay. 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 5. And spare not the old world, but save Noah, the eighth person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after shall live ungodly.
Mm-hmm.
And deliver just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked.
And that in itself was already seen righteous unto the Father. That's why he was the only one delivered. And him and his daughters.
For that righteous man dwelling among them, and seeing and hearing, vex his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds.
Oh, and we're vexed out here, man. Every time we see an abomination walk past, it's vexing as hell, man. Oh, a woman wearing yoga pants, you know, or anything like skippy ass stuff like ever. It vexes our soul. Like, yo, women shouldn't even be like that.
And you know what? And Jake should be vexed for this. Israel should be vexed.
Yeah.
You know, because it's already coming to a time, and a lot of times, you know, you hear the world say, well, if it's not affecting you, you shouldn't be bothered by it. But guess what? What's going on now? It's being crammed in our faces. It's being pushed into our kids. It's been pushed all around. It became part of a mainstream society that everybody should follow that trend.
Yeah,
you know,
that's been pissing me off recently, man. Yeah. I got a hobby. Right? And I'm a very geeky dude. All right, when it comes to like fucking lore for certain things that I really like. And they've been adding to the lore and adding new characters to the lore, right? But they're adding it in the form of this worldly mindset. So like you got a female character that just came out, right? And you read the lore to it, and all of a sudden that female character's lesbian. Like, bro, why? Like, why? Why? First of all, why is that even important? You know, if she's a female or not. You know, like, it's just vexing. You know, it is just the mindset of this world. Just like what this brother said. You know, it's fucking sucks, man.
Right. You know
It's
what I'm
nothing to put in. Like, I got no other words.
It's all in, how they say, pop culture. Pop actually is short for popular, pretty much. Popular culture. What's trendy now, you know? So it's being pushed. Like characters could be movie characters, so like you could have like a buff character like the Warriors. Oh snap! Okay, that's cool, man. I can relate to that. That's action, you know. But next thing you know, his story goes that he's a banana chaser, you know.
He has a relationship with his teacher.
Right,
Like-
you know, like.
Bro, I fucking hate this route. A new character, I forgot a new character was being changed, and they changed his lore too. So people they're hinting at this relationship with him and his teacher, martial artists, and they're both men and they're both manly looking, and they're hinting at some kind of relationship between, and it's pissing me off. Yo, it's vexing my soul.
And that's what's wrong with this kingdom. This kingdom is so off, you know.
Yeah.
Children's television workshop, you know. That's Sesame Street, you know.
The way you said workshop.
Big Bird is a dresser, you know. Oscar the Grouch is a bug out bum in the street, you know. Bert and Ernie are lovers, sodomites, you know. And Elmo is a pedo, you know. They have that's basically what they're pushing around now, you know. And there's from SpongeBob,
wrong, bro.
you know, the Super Friends. I know they're trying to do
Oh,
something
they made
with Super Friends
SpongeBob.
now.
They made SpongeBob asexual, and then they changed it after years, and they made him quote gay, which makes no sense whatsoever.
Shit. And then we
Because
got,
I do remember there was an episode where he had a girlfriend. What the actual hell?
and he's supposed to like Sandy. You know, that's horrible.
Man,
You know?
I don't even know.
But-
That's some weird ass stuff, man.
You know, but the thing about it, it's all madness. Even children's toys. What? You know, Mr. Potato Head now is
Mr. Potato Head.
You know,
they removed Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head and made Potato Head, just Potato Head. You know, it's now it's you can make it whatever. Like
they're trying to pass a law that you cannot define the original genders. You cannot define that. You have to start in any sentence or conversation as what's your pronoun? What's your pronoun? You know?
All right, let's
you know, like, what the hell? Like, come
let's
on,
stop
man.
talking about it for
All right?
now.
So,
Like-
but it shows
Like,
the
so-
madness that's
yeah.
going on, you know. But we're the clowns out here. We're the clowns out here. We're the laughing stock. We trying to warn our people that get out of this mindset and get saved, or you get burned. But we're the clowns. But we reading off the scriptures that you say you believe in. That you say you believe in, but you don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
That's the mindset of Jake.
And the thing about it, we can't even talk about it a lot. You know, with the algorithm, with the YouTube thing, you know, they're taking down videos where you're just saying just a word.
Yeah, this kingdom continue. You know, be taking out video for mentioning the word fart.
Man.
You know, you're not supposed to say that. You're supposed to say gases.
Okay.
You know, just be sarcastic about it. You know. And to continue, 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. Yahawashi knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptation, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished.
Yeah, that's it there.
You know, that, back, basically back to what I said before, that was basically going hand in hand with that, is that this, we're freely giving this thing out here to the people, man. This gospel. We have to do a little bit of work. We gotta do a little bit of work, man. And return it back to who you truly are. Return it back to the laws, the statutes, and the customs of our people in times past. It'll vex you. We don't vex you because no matter how much you try to be, no matter how much you want to be righteous and just, it's either your flesh holding you back or the things of this damn world, man. Alright? This world is literally designed to be adverse to Yahweh Bahashem Yahawashi. Alright? So let's continue with that.
It's a lot for the renting, but it also that's how you express the vexation.
It's Romans 5 verse 2, by whom also we have access by faith into this grace wherein we stand and rejoice in hope of the glory of Yahweh.
Repeat that again.
Romans 5 verse 2, by whom also we have access by faith into this grace wherein we stand and rejoice in hope of the glory of Yahweh.
Yeah. By doing this work, we have access to that grace. And that's why we're out here doing this work, man. So that we can get right with the Yahweh Bahashem Yahawashi. Yahweh Yahawashi. We want to get right and stay right. So that when Yahawashi comes back, that he comes and he delivers us up. So that we can be up there with him. And when this kingdom gets taken down, all right, when this age comes to an end, then we could be joint heirs with him, and be judges, and kings, God kings, man, God kings. A king that basically you don't ever have to give up your crown to your heir. You're gonna be a king forever. And all we have to do is do this service, do this work. Do it to the best of your ability that you can do, that was given onto you to do. And that's what we're doing out here. Alright? Yo, continue.
Verse 3, and not only so, but we glory in tribulations also.
Yeah, so when we come out here, we're always getting in some kind of tribulation, man. Whether it be out here doing the work, or whether it be in our daily lives. Alright, we're always coming across some kind of trouble. But at the last, we always overcome that trouble. And yeah, at the last, we're always overcoming. Because the water Yahweh Bashim Yahawashi, He either delivers us out of that trouble and increases our faith, or gives us the spirit to endure it and increases our faith. Both ways, it increases the fruit. Continue.
And not only so, but we also glory in tribulations also, knowing that tribulation worketh patience, and patience experience, and experience hope.
Yeah. So it's that line, man. Tribulations works in experience. Was it? Tribulations work in patience. Patience work in experience. Experience. Was it? What was the last part? Work in hope.
And experience hope.
Yeah. And that's what every time we come out here, we gain experience. Through the tribulations that just so happen to come out here. We work experience. And at the last, we hope unto Yahweh Bashim Yahawashi that our service is reasonable. And we hope unto you, brothers, through the Spirit, that the lessons that we do are edifying. I mean, yeah, sometimes we begin the lesson not knowing what to say, but we always have to repeat in our head. We always got to repeat in our head that don't think of what to say, you know, because for my spirit shall guide you. Roughly paraphrasing, something like that. Well, I shall guide you, you know, on what to say. And ultimately, we start off low, and then over time in the video, we start increasing in the spirit, you know.
And hope maketh not ashamed, because the love of Yahweh is shed abroad in our hearts by the Holy Ghost, which is given unto us. For when we were yet without strength, in due time, a Mashiach died for the ungodly.
Yeah.
For scarcely for a righteous man, for scarcely for a righteous man will not die, yet peradventure for a good man some would even dare to die.
It has a better understanding when you read it in the NLT. So basically, if I remember correctly, that's basically saying for a righteous man, for a righteous man, these people wouldn't even offer up their body to offer their life for that man, you know. But they will do it for some other random individual that is seeing good in their eyes. See, towards Yahawashi, our people didn't see Yahawashi as a righteous man. Our people did not see Yahawashi as pleasant to the eyes, that they should seek him. All right, but Yahawashi still offered up his body to die for those stupid people. Because the reason I'm saying stupid is because we men of the suit, we have a deep and great respect towards Yahawashi, especially for the duty that he did unto us. Not just unto us, but even unto you 2/3 people. Unto the 2/3 of our people who are ungrateful at the moment. You know? And they're going to know after death. They're going to know that respect that we feel now towards Yahawashi. But you see these people out here, they offer up their bodies unto a person which they see respectable, as good in their eyes. Like one of these celebrities. They'll throw themselves in front of a bully if he's about to be assassinated. Why? Has he done anything for you? No, he hasn't. You just like him. And they will do that. You know, but they wouldn't risk their life for a man that is righteous, that is actually truly good. They wouldn't do it. So that's basically what it's meaning there. Continue, Papa.
For scarcely for a righteous man will one die.
You can continue after that.
Huh?
You can continue after that, like after the precept. You already finished that.
But Yahweh commandeth his love towards us, and that while we were yet sinners, a Mashiach died for us.
Yet while we were yet sinners, a Mashiach died for us. Remember, he had disciples he had the apostles and disciples before he even died. That means he was walking with sinners. Yahawashi, who was righteous, was walking with sinners. But when he died, they were no longer sinners. That's why those men that were walking with Yahawashi, they were walking in hope and belief that when that he's going to literally put his life with him. He's going to literally put his life with him. That they will no longer be sinners. Those men worked that, and that's why Yahawashi always says, "He that believeth on me, shall gain eternal life." Because what happens if you don't commit any sin? You gain immortality, and that's what it means to beat death. We're already growing short on time. So Lord willing that we actually continue what we're talking about now, you know, on the next camp. But yeah, continue. Go for sure. We're gonna read this, and we're just gonna finish up on this. And the next camp, I don't want to write this out. We're gonna read what you got, which was Corinthians and Wisdom of Solomon.
I gotta read this off.
Oh yeah.
But no, but you know, probably next time I'll try to hold it, you know, like, because it's just the law. But that's not the initial start camp.
Continue. Go for sure.
Verse 9. Much more then, being now justified by his blood, we shall be saved from wrath through him.
Because, look, we did nothing. We did nothing for Yahawashi. Yahawashi did something for us. And that's why this grace period, we want to do something for him.
That's how we're going to give back.
That's what it means to be reasonable. When you're reasonable, you want to give something equal in return of a gift. Because this was a gift. I believe that's what it's going to go into. You know? This was a gift. What he did for us was a gift, man. And we want to return that gift in something that is equal. But even if it's not as great as what he did for us,
well, at least we can preach the greatness, you know.
Yeah, even though it's not as great as what he did for us, you know what that's saying is, it's the thought that counts. It's the thought that counts, and that's what matters. That's what Yahawashi looks at.
That's why Yahawashi.
Yeah, Yahawashi looks like that.
You know?
Yeah. Continue, Bakusha.
For if, when we were enemies, we were reconciled to Yahweh by death of his son.
We were enemies, bro. We were enemies. Can you believe that? We were enemies towards Yahawashi. Why? Because we were adverse to his ways. We did not know them. We were literally doing the opposite of what he commanded us to do.
We're very
You know?
rebellious, you know?
Especially us believing that we were Gentiles.
Spoiled brats. No,
Yeah.
That's what we were.
Even though we didn't know, even though we didn't know who we were still enemies because we're walking the way of the Gentiles. And the Gentiles are enemies to the Father, pursuant to the Psalms, because they want to do things that are adverse. They want to follow their own gods. You know? Continue, Baba Kusha.
For if, when we were enemies, we were reconciled to Yahweh by the death of his son,
Yeah.
much more, being reconciled, we shall be saved by his life.
Yeah, bro. Yahawashi offered up his body as literally as a sacrifice so that we could be saved. That is deep. That is deep, bro.
That's why he's the last lamb.
And
The
that's
ultimate lamb.
and that's why the brothers of old, and even now, say that offer up your bodies as living sacrifices. You know, not only to Yahawashi, you know, but also onto all them that can hear this word and take heed to it. Because us being out here as an example, living literally in danger. Because anybody can try to lay us out. All right. If a person so happen to hear this word and they click, you know, we just saved their life. You know, we're offering up our bodies as living sacrifices, not just unto Yahawashi, but unto the people that can hear. The people as in so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know, and if you don't know if your line goes with the quote black, Latinos, and Native Americans, and you look Chino and you think that your dad's Chino or your dad's Japanese, you know, you think that your dad's Japanese and your great-grandfather's Japanese, the great-great-great-great-grandfather could be an Israelite. That makes you an Israelite. Doesn't matter if you think that your father is a Japanese guy or a Chino guy. You know? It don't matter. Because if your line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you are an Israelite. Doesn't matter the skin tone. Doesn't matter if you got slanted eyes. You know? Doesn't matter if you got the pictures of black of skin. The reason I say pictures of black is because that brown skin goes so dark, it looks black. It looks blue. This is how Elder Mandata Zakba says. They look so dark, they look blue.
Because sometimes
And it's true.
you get an Israelite that looks like a what is it, like a heathen that has a power button on the forehead.
Yeah, you could have an Israelite having the palest of skin, having the whitest, looking like a white man, straight up. Quote white man, so-called white man. They call themselves white, yet they lack pigmentation, which means that their body is slightly translucent. All right, and you can see their blood through their skin. That's I don't know why they call themselves so-called white man. It's basically what's the word? Derogative? If that's the word. It's a derogative term, trying to make it where they're pure. That's where they call themselves white. That they're pure, innocent, and holy. While they call our people black, which is null of light, evil, and just dark. You know? And that's why they call themselves that. But scripturally, they are Esau. Esau, the name Esau is wasted away. All right? And his other word is Edom. Edom means red. All right? And that's why you're called, that's why the so-called white man's called Edomites. All right? Because they're from the lineage of Esau. Abraham, Isaac, and Esau. And he's a completely different nation.
Esau is wasted away as he.
Yeah, wasted away as he. Yeah. Wasted away. And so, yeah.
At the end of the day, when the truth gets pushed, you know, by the Spirit, if it clicks, let's say a heathen, a Moab or Elam come this way, and they just start listening, and they see, and somehow it resonates with them.
And they understand what we're talking.
Because this is only made for Israel. It's only made for Jacob.
Yeah.
You know, the other nations are not going to get it whatsoever.
Yeah.
So that's why when we push this truth, we gotta push it by the Spirit. And it's only by the Spirit.
That's why it
because
says.
Yahawashi works by the Spirit.
In Galatians, it says, because it was putting it in two different, it's referring to Hagar and is it Rachel? Sarah. Hagar and Sarah. It was in Galatians. It was talking about that. Sarah was the was it? Let's just say the daughter, the mother of spirits, right? And Hagar was the mother of flesh. So it's basically putting a separation between the two, because there was a chosen lineage that was chosen through Sarah, not through Hagar. Hagar was a representation of basically Hagar was the maid servant to Sarah that she gave onto Abraham to lie with, so that she can have a son. But then she didn't like Hagar because she had a son. Because she can't bear a son. Right?
Yeah, what the Lions was doing to do this?
Oh my fucking gosh.
Now I'm just saying, like, hey, who was really Christ? A murderer? A killer?
So basically, yeah, that's a demon, bro. That's a demon. That's so rude. All right, so basically, Sarah did not like Hagar because Sarah was barren. But Sarah was barren for a purpose of bearing Isaac later on, right? And Sarah was chosen to bear that son. So basically, the reason that Galatians was using it is basically the separation between the heathen and the chosen lineage. So that's why in Galatians those two were used as a representation. So to continue what I was basically saying, without the elaboration, it says what's it, the children of the flesh persecute the children of the spirit. Roughly paraphrasing, right? And that's how it is. That's how they're made. That's how they're made enemies. So if we're walking in the spirit of the flesh, all right, just as the children of the flesh, we're considered enemies. But if we're going to be reconciled unto Yahawashi, all right, then are we no longer enemies? We are saved through Yahushua's blood. Continue, Baba Kusha. That was a demon, bro. And that in itself, every idol worship will be accounted for in the day of judgment. You know, you could be put to death for just saying shit like that. Continue.
Verse 11. And not only so, but we also joy in Yahweh through our Lord Yahawashi Mashiach. It's like, by whom we have now received the atonement.
Yeah, and that was an atonement, because Yahawashi offered up his body like that, you know. And we want to return that kind of thing towards Yahawashi, towards Yahawashi, for that great gift. The reason we say Yahawashi, because why Yahawashi? Because Yahweh sent his son for that purpose, and his son fulfilled that purpose, while also was it being brotherly and showing us the path how to do it, you know. Continue, Bakusha.
Verse 12. Wherefore, as by one man sin into the world, the death by sin. That's like I read that so wrong. Wherefore, as by one man sin entered into the world, and death by sin, and so death passed upon all men, for that all have sinned. Tongue twister.
Yeah. So basically, he's saying that by that one man who committed sin, death came into the world. You know. Continue, Baba Kusha.
For until the law, sin was,
And that one man is referring to Adam. All right. Continue.
For until the law, sin was in the world, but sin is not imputed when there is no law. Nevertheless,
sin is not imputed when there's no law. When there is no law, so it's not. Let's just say realized. Continue, Baba Kusha. So it's just like when Yahawashi said, you know, was it how did it go? Try to remember how it was phrased. The Yahawashi was talking about how our people was it they hated Yahawashi because they have forgotten the law. They've forgotten the ordinances and the importance and the punishments of said laws.
But it shows that how comfortable they were now in their ignorance,
And their wickedness.
you know, wickedness, not knowing the law. And it's the same applies today.
Yeah.
You know how Jake is now. Now Jake is just very comfortable now, thinking that this is it. This is the world that's supposed to be. You know, everybody has to grow up. Everybody has to go to school. Everybody has to have a career, go to college. You know, and work for a living, earn a living. You know, rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. This is the world that Jake is comfortable with. The life of bondage. This is a bondage. It's a mindset bondage now. Because you know why? When you catch a horse, the horse wants to run away from you. You have to catch the horse. You have to have him hold it with a rope, and then you have to train the horse until the horse is tame enough that you don't have to have nothing on that horse. The horse is not going to run because the horse is tame. You know, it's the same with.
What the name is called. But that's irrelevant. But you can still keep it.
But then the same applies to a dog, also. The dog, you have to train the dog. You have to have it on a leash all the time. until you have gain the confidence of the dog that the dog is not going to run away from you. The dog is always going to be there for you. That dog, now the dog is tame. Well, same thing with how our enemies did it to us, Israel. We had a joke on Iron.
Oh,
You know, and the same applies. Addison chains.
yo, yeah.
Yeah, shalom.
Shalom. Yahawashi me'asher barakatah, bro.
Yahawashi Barakatah. So,
Brother Nathan.
you know, so now Jake is tame enough that he's happy with the owner, his owner, the God of this world, the so-called white man. You know, Jake wants to be happy in this world. Jake don't want to be happy in the kingdom. Before that, Jake is going to get destroyed. Hereas Yahawashi is showing you the truth for what it is. Trying to show you, have you open your eyes. Ultimately, Yahawashi is going to open your eyes. We only
that
push the
scripture
word.
says the ass knows his owner, and was
Gone.
it the what was the other part?
And the ox knows his owner.
In the was it?
No, the ass knows his owner. No, we'll get that. We'll get that.
There it is. Yeah.
All right. God, this is Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass, which is the donkey, his master's crib. But Israel does not know. My people does not consider. That's Jake's mindset right now. Jake
They
wants
don't
to
even
live
consider it, man.
the cycle of this life of earning a living.
Especially
He's
when
happy with that.
when the prophets are out, you know, we're out here prophesying and preaching onto them. They don't consider it. Us chosen people, nah, get out of here, man. You're bullshit, man. You're lying. All of these type of things, like, bro, you are kidding me.
You know, Jake started to realize, say, hey, you know what? This ain't right what's going on around here. And here comes Esau and say, hey, you know what? You can earn free tickets to go to a basketball game. I said, oh shit, I'm down. That's it.
It's an instant change of mindset.
It's like a treat.
Yeah, I always say it.
What'd you do for a Scooby snack?
Have a carrot in front of a donkey.
I always mention
Stuff
it
like a
that
Scooby snack.
I always mention to the Abba that they don't consider this is no way to live. Or grow up, become a baby, eat shit, sleep, grow up until you grow adult, eat shit, sleep, work until you die. There's no way to
And
live.
if you retire, you only got this much time in your life before you just go. Well, at least he died happy. You know, he didn't have to work hard. No, that's not the whole point.
No, he did work
This
hard.
world is death. This is a wasteland.
Yeah.
This is Fallout 10.
This is not our rest, man. All right, let's get back on. Oh well, we continue with that.
Verse 14. Nevertheless, death resigned from Adam to Moses, even over them.
Not resigned, reigned.
Oh, so like it. Nevertheless, death reigned from Adam to Moses.
That's a big chunk of time too. See?
Even over them that had not sinned, over the similitude of Adam's transgression. Over Adam's transgression.
Remember, it says this: sin is not imputed without the law.
Nevertheless, death.
So death still came to them, to them that doesn't even have the law. So continue, Baba Kusha.
Nevertheless, death reigned from Adam to Moses, even over them that had not sinned after the similitude of Adam's transgression, who is the figure of him that was to come. But not as the offense, so also is the free gift.
Did you hear that? It said,
repeat that sentence again. Is it was it a figure of him that is to come?
Who is the figure of him that is to come, but not as the offense, so also is the free gift.
Yeah. So basically, after the similitude of Adam, does death still come upon them that have not done sin? Because once again, sin is not imputed without the law. You need the law so that you know if you sin. So even these other nations, they die, but they die for the very reason of Adam's transgression. Which even when they weren't a chosen line of Adam, even when they weren't a chosen line of Adam or these other nations, they still die. All right. So just as now Yahawashi is the symbol. He's the similitude of that which is to come. Adam is the similitude of that which is to come. Yahawashi, he died unto us, especially us, that because we go around. Before we even had the truth, we thought we were Gentiles. We thought we were the other nations. We didn't even think that we're Israelites.
We were just as the children of men.
Yeah.
You know? Die as men.
And through Yahushua's death, we now have the opportunity to be grafted in with Yahushua, to be joint heirs, to bring in that life. Yahushua brought in that life, man. Yo, you continue. It actually gets into that. I don't want to butcher it.
But not as the offense, so also is the free gift.
Not as the offense, so also is that free gift. That's a similitude. Just as Adam sin, and with Adam came death into the world. Even without the offense of the sin onto these other people, they still die. They still die. All right. Now, so also is a free gift. You know, just as you told the Israelites, you still gain life, but after this death. You still gain life, but after this death. That's the free gift. We knowing now that through this period, through this grace period, we are to basically do a reasonable service unto Yahawashi Yahawashi, and we want to because of that said free gift. Don't let them understand about what I'm saying. We want to do something in return for Yahawashi Yahawashi, and that is through our reasonable services, man. All right. Though we did not, we right now we're still as our righteousness is still as dirty rags. You know, we still know that Yahawashi died to give us life, and so that we're gonna take this body that is gonna eventually die, and offer it as let's just say as a time limited offering, whatever time we got, and give it unto Yahawashi Yahawashi.
Limited time, oh.
Yeah.
You know, and this is a limited time.
And this is a limited time, yeah. Limited time for the grace period and limited time with our bodies. So we're going to use that grace period with the limited time of our bodies, because there is no greater thing for a man but a man that gives his life for something. Especially for a man to give his life for his friend. And just as Yahawashi considers us a friend, we consider him a friend. You know? He's our big brother, man. He did it for us. We have to do it unto him. Because that's right. You know?
With this truth, with the instructions, we got installments, pretty much. So we grow.
Yeah.
With this truth, you know. So
just like what it says, we glory
right.
in tribulation, because tribulation worketh patience working on to experience. No, experience working on to patience, and patience working on to hope. Damn, I'm butchering that. Continue, Papa Shah.
For it through the offense of one many be dead, but much more the grace of Yahweh, and the gift by grace, which is by one man, Yahawashi Mashiach, hath abounded unto many.
Yeah. Call Elohim like Yahawashi, man. Damn. He freely gave it. He freely gave us this, bro. You know? He gave us Yahawashi. Yahawashi did it freely. You know, he wanted to do it. Yo, call Elohim like Yahawashi, Continue, Babu Kashai.
And not as it was by one that sinned, so is the gift.
No
for
way.
for the judgment was by
Yo,
one.
it's way too bright. Ah, whatever. Damn.
Is it?
Why is it always playing? Just going like right here then. All right, let's continue.
It's a new art.
Yeah, I thought that was a cherry. This is glare of the damn sun. Continue, Babu Kashai.
And not as it was by one that sinned, so is the gift.
So there you go.
For the judgment was by one to condemnation,
There you go.
but the free gift is of many offenses unto justification.
There you go. Yo, call Elohim like Yahawashi, because Yahawashi did this. Yo, through Yahweh gave us unto us Yahawashi. He is that gift to give us life. You know, and what did we do? What did we do to deserve it? That's why it says, unto many offenses, unto life.
That's why we're not worthy.
Well, that's why we consider it not worthy.
Everybody's all Israel, and you know.
That's why we
we
offer.
get this like we still worthy of death because of the sin.
Yeah,
You know?
and that's why we offer up this body, which is a dirty rag, and offer it, because that's the greatest we could offer, because there's no greater thing than His life.
So basically, we gotta stick our necks out here
Yeah,
to show Jehovah Shai that
we mean it.
We also want to die for Him. You know, we want to push this truth for Him to the death.
Yeah, because nobody would accept that. Because remember, even if you get the gift is lower than what you gave the person, but they're coming over there with sincerity, it's the thought that counts, and that's what's considered. But if you're coming over there with a half-assed gift, they're gonna sell that half-assedness through that gift. Like, what is this? No, I don't want that. Continue, Babu Shai.
If you take a photo of that. For it by one man's offense reigned. For if by one man's offense death reigned by one, much more they which receive abundance of grace and the gift of righteousness shall reign in life by one, Yahawashi Mashiach.
Yeah. See?
Therefore, as by the offense of judgment came upon all men to condemnation, even so by the righteousness of one the free gift came upon all men unto justification of life. For as by one man's disobedience many were made sinners, so by the obedience of one shall many be made righteous.
Yeah, and that's starting through the 144,000 and 1/3, and then that great multitude that comes after in the kingdom, a multitude that is just innumerable. It's like the sand of the sea. You can't count all the sands, you know. Each grain of sand. Continue.
Moreover, the law entered that the offense might abound. But where sin abounded, grace did much more abound.
Grace did much more abound. Why? Because now it's through righteousness, man. You know? Because Yahawashi, He brought in that access to righteousness through grace. Through that grace, man. Alright? Continue, bro, for sure.
This is the last one.
Alright.
Verse 21. That as sin hath reigned unto death, even so might grace reign through righteousness unto eternal life by Yahawashi Mashiach,
There you go.
our Lord.
grace shall reign unto righteousness. My gosh, man, and that righteousness is going to lead to life. That's what Yahawashi died for, bro. Alright? How are you seen righteous? Now that we're being compared to Yahawashi, how is Yahawashi seen righteous? Yahawashi was seen righteous through what? Through the law, statutes, and commandments that were given unto us through Moses, man. Alright? By Yahweh. That's how Yahawashi was made righteous. And we are made righteous through Yahawashi. So we're being compared by the same. But this time to Yahawashi. So you gotta arm yourselves likewise with the same mind as Yahawashi Mashiach. Alright? Let me actually start how it. For as much then as Mashiach Yahawashi suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that has suffered in the flesh has ceased from sin, that he shall no longer live in the flesh to the lust of men, but to the will of Yahweh by Hashem Yahawashi.
Yahawashi went through a lot of humility.
Yeah.
And you know what? We're gonna go through a lot of humility. We gotta go through it.
And it's worth it. Because years in the kingdom, 1,000 years in the kingdom, when you think back, you're gonna look at, because your perception of time already changed, you're like, damn, that was a small ass time. In that small amount of time, like, I'm immortal because, and all you could think is, praise. That's all you could do. That's all you could do, because that is a free gift. It was a gift. Just like what it says, through one man's judgment came death, and through one man's gift came life. Now greater is the life than it is death. Damn, bro. Yeah. And not just that, life, through life, you can give Yahweh everlasting praise. You know? And you can't do it in death. You can do it in life. Oh, call Allah like Yahweh Shah. Oh snap. Yo, I started about Psalms. Oh, I already know. Psalms 118 and 21. I will praise thee, for thou hast heard me, and art become my salvation. 22. The stone which the builders refused is become the headstone of the corner. He became the headstone of the corner. Remember, Yahweh Shah's the chief cornerstone, man. Yeah. You remember, he didn't even have the looks, he didn't have that glory of an angel or anything like that. He looked like your normal Joe. He looked like a normal Joe. Just how we look like a normal Joe out here. People look at us. They either look at us as crazy, look at us as too young. You know, that we're laughing stocks out here, man. Yahweh Shah was the ultimate laughing stock. All right. Even when he was doing miracles and stuff like that, he was still a laughing stock. And many to the people out there, man, that he was teaching, the very same people he was out there to die for.
Which is also spiritual because he didn't have the looks, you know, but you could see like his spirit, how he carried his spirit.
Yeah,
and you know right there, like if you were back then, like you see Yahawashi, you see how he carried himself. You would know how he carried his spirit.
He had a very kingly aspect.
Nice.
You know, even when he was super humble, he had a super humble, kingly aspect, that which Yahweh desired. You know. Oh, hold on. Yo.
Yeah, that's what's going on.
Oh, it's that going go a little. Oh no, that was it right there. What's that? Haggai 1 and 6. Brother Nathan.
You have so much. You have so much and bring in little. You eat, but you have not. You have not enough. You drink, and ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe, and there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put into a bag with holes. Man, story of life. Thus saith Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahawashi. I'm gonna say Yahweh of hosts. Consider your ways.
Right.
Damn.
And see, and that's why when let's say you hear Jake from time to time, Jake was going, man, I'm doing all this shit. Man, this is not right, man. I'm basically busting my ass doing all this shit, you know.
Israel does not consider,
you know. But here comes the enemy, go like, hey, you know what? You could win a free car, or there's an entertainment thing going on, and Jake already said, "Whoa, I'm down, yo." Because Jake went in.
And they don't even take care of the important stuff.
Exactly.
And it's funny because they don't question why they're in that state. Look at Jake. Look at our communities, man. Look at Jake and their communities. The so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are one of the worst communities in the entire world. Always in ghettos. There's always drugs. There's always shooting.
Always killing each other. Always lying to their own people.
Always men leaving the household.
Right.
You know, always men being raised by women on loan. You know, and the men has became like a husbandless woman. You know, but they don't consider, man. Our people don't consider man, come on. You know, this is why we are we brothers in this truth. We're suffering the curses too. You know, but we consider, and that's why we put time towards Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahawashi. You know, we offer our lives to return onto that.
You know? That's why we sin. Let's say we know the laws now, right? We know why we die. See? Now these heathens here, they're just men. They're the children of men, right? Then the kingdom, when we got this kingdom and we're ruling in the kingdom, you know, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahawashi, these heathens are going to be they're going to be under us. And they're going to be giving them laws. Our laws. They're going to be giving those laws. They're going to know our laws. They got to follow them laws.
They're going to be judged by us.
And they're going to be chastised by us. And they also going to know why they died in this side. They're going to, they got to follow them laws now. They're going to do that.
Yeah, two-third Jake's going to know it now. Like, after death by pain, man. In these times. All right? So, yeah, so we're going to close up. Anybody else got precepts? No. All right. I'm at you weapon Yahak with them.
Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahawashi Ba'Hashem Kakurash.
All right. I want to once again give double honors to Pastor Elders Weird Millstone. Shalom. Shalom to you brothers out there teaching truth and sincerity. And shalom to you brothers on the comment board. I just see Nathan there, but if there's any other brothers or any brothers that tune in after, you know, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahawashi, Barakatah to you, Barakatam to all you out here, all right? Peace and blessings be upon you and upon your household, all right? Lolo willing that this camp session was edifying unto you, all right? I'm going to leave it off the Shema prayer or exhorting. I'm going to leave it off the Shema prayer, all right? So Shema Yashrala, Yahweh Allah Hayna wa Yahweh Achad,
Abba.
Shalom, Akim, Shalom.